The long-awaited next dev diary for NASCAR 25 from iRacing has finally released, and I kind of wanted to go through a couple of my takeaways, as well as different things that I noticed and whatnot. The reception has, for the most part, seemed to be pretty good for it, but I think that there does need to be a little bit more of a critical eye given than just a couple of tweets here and there. First off, I want to give the big takeaways. I think that a lot of the themes of authenticity and the likes of that are really important still. It is what they've talked about in every single one of these dev diaries, and to be fair, I like that. I like the fact that it does seem like they are taking care with this game, that we're hearing about this stuff, even if it's not something that's hugely substantial. Little details, as much as a lot of people might just ignore them, are important because it shows that, yes, these people do want to make a good game, and after what we had with Ignition, I will take that. Immersion has been the really big thing. They want you to feel like you're there in the race weekend, whether it's practice, qualifying, or the race itself, going through the ranks, you name it. And again, very important stuff. The immersion is what's going to make it fun for the gamer and give that kind of replayability. And they really want you to know what it's like to be a driver at the racetrack. They talked about sounds, the layout of the weekend, having real spotters. And while all of these things were in games in the past, the regression of NASCAR gaming, I think, has put the bar low enough that these things are at least something that make a game passable. To be able to practice during the weekend, to be able to qualify your car, to be able to listen to a real-life spotter talk to you. And I'll say this, there are a lot of big names involved, and they are showing no qualms about flaunting those big names. And on top of all of that, the game honestly looks pretty nice. It looks like NASCAR 21 Ignition, and I know a lot of people are going to recoil at that, but that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because 21 Ignition, as bad as it played, and it played horribly, was actually a very well-looking game for the NASCAR game standards. I know a lot of people said it looks great. If it just raced great, it'd be one of the best racing games we had. Unfortunately, though, it's not. So if anyone says it looks like Ignition, I'm not upset with that. The looks of the game especially, though, are not what I'm looking out for. I don't care how it looks. It could be, honestly, 2003 graphics. I want to know how the gameplay is. I want to know how the racing is. The look of it, that's nice. The damage model, I would love to see that soon. I think that's something that needs to be shown off soon. But I'll take at least it looking pretty good as a nice start. I want to be very positive about this because this could be the start of a new era. But looking nice is only going to go so far. We talked about before the gameplay being important, and we did get a very little amount, a small amount of gameplay, very small, and it's nothing substantial. I know a lot of people are celebrating that we got any gameplay whatsoever, but it's not really anything worthwhile. It's pulling out of the pits, it's little things here and there, and that's not going to show me how it races. I want to see, as a consumer, as a jaded NASCAR fan who has watched NASCAR gaming devolve for 20 years, I want to see something to give me some hope that we're not just going to have another Ignition. We're not going to have copy and paste games like the Heat games were. We're not going to have games that are glitchy either. I want to see and be able to judge how the gameplay will be. It's great seeing all these big names. It's great seeing all these cinematic shots. It's great seeing all of these things that are eye candy and will look nice. But until we see longer amounts and substantial gameplay footage, it makes it harder to grade and judge. And on top of making it harder to grade and judge, it makes me a little bit more uneasy. If you remember back to the process with NASCAR 21 Ignition, they didn't show much of the gameplay until very late in the process. And the gameplay they did show was mostly single file over and over again. I don't think that we're going to have nearly that bad by any means. I do think the people in charge of this and the minds that have come together are much better than the team that they had for NASCAR 21 Ignition. But I am seeing maybe not parallels, but echoes of what we've seen in the past. And the less that we see closer to whenever it releases, whether it be in September, October, November, or December, and the more I'm not going to pre-order this. I am someone who does not like to waste money on things that I don't necessarily need or don't perform up to where I want. And NASCAR gaming has fit well into that category for about a decade or so now, even when you don't include the stopgap of time that we've had between Ignition and NASCAR 25. These dev diaries, to me, they give you small looks, and I appreciate it. It gives me a little more hype, a little more entertainment, a little more you name it, leading up to the release of this game. But it doesn't really ultimately lead anywhere for me yet. All 4 of these dev diaries have given little snippets, but they all kind of feel the same to me. It all feels like we're talking about authenticity and immersion and big names and who we've had from other games that have been developed before that you love in the past to get all those member berries up. But I'm not seeing anything just yet that's really pushing it forward for me of what I know about the game that I didn't already know when the first one was released, what I didn't already know with the Daytona 500. And to me, they're all starting to wash together. As long as the gameplay is good, that's all that matters to me. I would love to have a great career mode, and they've talked about that. I'd love to have really good, maybe challenges. Online is huge. There's so many things that they can address, and I hope they do through the summer as the hype it really starts to ramp up, and as we get closer to the release date, whenever they announce the exact release date of it. But right now, I'm not seeing anything new. And that's my biggest critique so far. I want to learn more about this game. I want to be able to talk about all these cool things coming up. And a lot of these things I talked about are cool, but they've been done before. And I get it. There's a track map. I get to hear TJ Major's voice. I get to hear other people that have been in NASCAR forever, Dale Earnhardt Jr. But until we start seeing substantial gameplay, or we start seeing maybe some fans be able to test stuff out, we start hearing more about that stuff, I can't get too excited yet. I hate to be the Debbie Downer because it seems like a lot of people are getting really excited for this, and go on ahead. I hope you are. I want people to be excited. I want this to succeed. I just can't get there yet. So let me know if you've seen it, and I'll link it in the description below, what you think of the new dev diary and what you think of NASCAR 25 overall. Are you excited? Are you kind of a little nervous? Are you just completely turned off gaming altogether because of what's happened in the past? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel for more great and fun NASCAR content. Thank you so much to all my channel members for your continued support, and until next time, have a good one.